Good day everyone, I am Hudame Bongbong and we are the Group 11 and we were going to discuss what is all about access to tertiary education. Here are the objectives of this lesson. In this lesson, you are expected to demonstrate an understanding of the silent provision of Republic Act 10931 and Republic Act 106 at 7. Create an alternative law or bill that will make higher education more accessible and propose an advocacy plan in promoting access to higher education through students' financial assistance. So now let's discuss what is all about the Republic Act 10931, which is Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act. The Philippine government declared that quality education is an inalienable right of all Filipinos, and it is the policy of the state to protect and promote the rights of all students to quality education at all levels. Therefore, the state shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. Likewise, the state hereby recognizes the complementary rules of public and private higher education institution and technical vocational institution in the educational system, and the available contribution that the private tertiary schools have made and will make to education. That is the section 2. And let's proceed to the section 3. For this instance, the state shall first provide adequate funding and such other mechanism to increase the participation rate among all socioeconomic classes in tertiary education. Number 2, provide all Filipinos with equal opportunity to quality tertiary education in both private and public educational institution. And number 3, give priority to students who are academically able and who came from poor families. Number 4 was ensure the optimized utilization of government resources in education. Number 5, provide adequate guidance and incentive in channeling young Filipinos in their career choice and towards the proper development and utilization of human resources. And the last was 6, recognize the complementary roles of the public and private institution and tertiary education system. That is the section 3. Let's proceed to the section 4. Free higher education in state universities. All Filipino students who are either currently enrolled in courses in pursuance of a bachelor's degree, certificate degree, or any comparable undergraduate degree in any SUC and LUC shall be exempt from paying tuition and other school fees for units enrolled in the condition are: first, they pass the entrance examination and other admission and retention requirements of the SUCS and LUCS. 2. All SUCS and LUCS shall create mechanism to enable students with the financial capacity to pay for their education in the SUCS and LUCS to voluntarily opt out of the tuition and other school fees subsidy or make a contribution to the school, SUC and LUC. Must report the tuition payment and contribution collect from the student to the CHED. Number 3, the amount required to implement the free tuition and other school fees in SUC or SUCS and LUCS or LUCS shall be determined by the respective government board of the SUCS. Based on the project number of enrollees for each academic year, will shall be the primary factor in computing the annual proposed budget of SUCS. And now, let's proceed to the section 5, which is Free Technical Vocational Education and Training, or TVET, in Post-Secondary Technical Vocational Institution, or TVIS. All Filipino students who are currently enrolled at any time, therefore in any post-secondary TVET leading to non-degree certificate of diploma programs offered by any state-run TVIS under the TESDA shall be exempted from paying tuition and other school fees. The condition is that all state TVIS shall create a mechanism to enable students with the financial capacity to pay for their education in the TVI. To voluntarily opt out of the tuition and other school fees, subsidy or make contribution to the TVI must report the tuition payment and contribution collected from these students. The amount required here to implement the free tuition and other school fees is state-run TVIS shall be determined by the governing board of the TESDA based on the project number of enrollees for each courses, which shall be the primary factor in computing for the annual proposed budget of the TESDA for such proposed. That is the section 5. And let's proceed to the section 6. According to section 6, there are students who is not eligible to avail of the fees tertiary education. First, in SUCS and LUCS, A. Students who have already attained a bachelor degree of comparable undergraduate degree from any HEI, whether public or private. B. Students who fail to comply with the admission and retention policies of the SUC and LUC. C. Students who fail to complete their bachelor degree or comparable undergraduate degree within a year after period prescribed in their program. And number 2, in the state-run TVIS, A. Students who have obtained a bachelor degree as well as those who have received a certificate or diploma for a technical vocation courses equivalent to at least National Certificate 3 and above. B. Students who fail in any course enrolled in during the course of the program, student ineligible to avail of the free tertiary education shall be charged the tuition and other school fees as determined by the respective boards of the SUCS and LUCS, and in the case of the state-run TVIS to the determined by the TESDA. That will be the section 6. And now let's proceed to the section 7, which is tertiary education subsidy or TES for Filipino students. To support the cost of the tertiary education or any part or portion, therefore, of TES is hereby established for all Filipino students who shall enroll in undergraduate post-secondary programs of SUCS and LUCS, private HEIS, and all TVIS. The test shall be administered by the UNIFAS board, and the amount necessary to fund the test shall be included in the budget of the CHED and the TESDA. That will be the section 7. And let's proceed to the section 8. Student Loan Program for Tertiary Education. To support further the cost of tertiary education or any part of or portion therefore, a student loan program for tertiary education is hereby likewise established for all Filipino students who shall enroll in a SUC and LUC, private HEI, and TVET program in all TVIS registered under the TESDA. The loan program shall be administered by the UNIFAS board, and the amount necessary to fund the program shall be included in the budget of the CHED and the TESDA. The number 9, which is the section 9 rather, will be requirements for SUCS and LUCS. First, establish a learner information system in accordance with the guidelines to be developed by the CHED in order to facilitate the tracking of the students and their performance. Number 2, submit relevant information as determined by the CHED on school quality and performance. And 3, formulate and submit to the CHED and to the Joint Congressional Oversight Committee on Universal Access to Tertiary Education, and detailed SUC development plan update every 10 years, which shall include plan of facilities and infrastructure development and expansion. And the last will be the section 10, quality standard for SUC and LUC budget, test, and student loan program. The CHED and the tester shall ensure quality standards in the review and consequent endorsement of the budget of the SUCS and LUCS and state-run DBIS. Respectively, the detailed design of the test and student loan program shall also be subject to similar quality indication defined by the Unipass board. That would be all. Thank you. And I hope the Republic Act 10931, which is the tertiary education, ay nalaman niyo na. It is all about yung mga CHED scholar and the Unipass scholar. Yan yung gina-explain ng Republic Act 10931. Thank you!